Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are listening to this recording. I'm Quadri Adebayo by name, and I'm very excited to record these videos, even though it's a kind of mixed feeling from not being there in person to meet wonderful people. I'm still very happy to present the result of our research with you. I'll be presenting on a topic, impact of elephant expansion on vegetation in MGR. I'll be showing you how we used remote sensing and GIS techniques to map vegetation changes with a special focus on three developmental nodes that are all fenced off. So a little bit of how my presentation is structured from background down to the list of references. The study area is located in northeastern part of South Africa with an average altitude of about 200 meters above sea level, covering an area of around 400 hectares of land. On the southern end of Kruger National Park, the study area lies on the banks of Crocodile River. Over the years, there have been a series of concerns about the impact of large animals on vegetation, especially on the woody components that are of ecological and ecosystem importance. So some of these animals are buck feeders, and in the case of elephants, they are referred to as one of the keystone species in conservation management because their impact could affect the ecological structure in that area. And on the vegetation side, apart from being source of food, either directly or indirectly to this vegetation, to this elephant, it also provides shelter and shade as well as security. Interaction of elephants with terrain, if not well managed, could result in significant damage through series of elephant activities. And because hardwood components usually serves as nutrient pumps, prevent erosion and flooding, and in most cases, bother climatic imbalances. So we basically used remote sensing and GIS techniques to assess how vegetation has changed over time. We used Landsat imagery from 2006 to 2021. We carefully selected all the imagery to make sure everything falls in the rainy season, and we identify 5 distinct land cover classes. This classification is actually based on Esri Global Land Cover Classification Scheme, where trees have vegetation greater than 5 meters in height, while grasses are referred to as homogeneous vegetation lesser than 5 meters in height. So we did a lot of back-end image processing to make sure we clean up the satellite imagery and to came up with accurate vegetation extraction and grouping. So these are the fenced off dates for each of the event or developmental node. The fence for event one was constructed in 2009, while that of 3 and 5 in 2019 and 2021, respectively. So at the end of our analysis, we came up with this result, and this is just a reflection of what is happening in MGR in general. So we discovered that from 2006 to 2021, vegetation has reduced, or trees greater than 5 meters in height has reduced from 27.56 to 12.02, while the bit of area is on upward trend. So let's take it. This is the map for the entire areas, a reflection of what is happening and how the land use and land cover has changed over time. Let's take a deep dive into what is happening in each of the events, in each of the developmental nodes. So for event 1, since elephant exclusion fence was constructed in 2010 2009, there has been an upward increase in the vegetation in this area, as you can see from this. And when you look at this base map, which was gotten from Google, so before the elephant exclusion fence was constructed for event one, so you can see how vegetation are distributed in this area. Why, when there is no elephant interaction, the vegetation has been on upward increase. The same thing happened in event 5, where vegetation has increased from 2014 to 2021, as you can see from this proportion chart. So for event 3, it's still the same trend, where we have increase in vegetation in the fenced-up area, and you can see the clusters of trees in that area, while the surrounding areas continue to suffer from this animal interaction. A little bit of overview of what is happening from using Google Earth image. Before the fence was constructed in 2010, you can see how vegetation is distributed, and compared to when the area has been fenced off, the vegetation has increased greatly in the area. The same thing for event 5. On the contrary, the vegetation or the trees, the wooden component in the Kingsland area has been fluctuating largely. So a little bit of overview of how the elephants are interacting with the terrain. You can see from this Google instance view how elephant is interacting with the terrain, and you can see how the vegetation has changed when you compare it to the area where there is no elephant interaction. So in conclusion, the elephant has greatly impacted the vegetation in the area through a series of their activities, while vegetation has improved gradually since elephant exclusion fences were constructed. And this is very, very glaring. Fenced off has proven to be successful in reducing the elephant impact on vegetation in the area. Thank you very much. I'll be very much happy to attend to any question. I will be online to listen to you. Thank you and have a wonderful conference. Bye-bye.